For the British royal family, duty, the ritual of royalty and its accompanying protocol can never be forgotten, rarely even in private. Attending to the every need and wish of the royal family is a huge household staff. Peter Russell, a former butler to the royal family for many, many years, has written about his experiences, and he's done it in this book, At Home with the Royal Family. I want to thank you for coming on the program. You're on tour right now around the country, right?
I am, yes.
The book just came out, right?
That's right, just last week.
And how's it doing?
Very well. In fact, some of the bookshops have sold out before I've even got on the media. You know, so it's quite good. I'm very pleased with that.
In looking through the book, it's my impression that most of the time, almost all of the time, the people who work for the royal family keep a very low profile. That's true, isn't it? It's decorum is the ultimate requirement,
that's right,
correct?
Yeah, that's correct?
Well, how's the family taking this? Have you had any feedback?
Yeah, I mean, they know I'm doing this, and the press office and the secretariat have supported me in information of the 1980s, you know, that's necessary for this book. And we've acknowledged it in the back, so there's no problem there. It's not that sort of book, you know.
It's not that sort of book because it's not really a scandal book, is it?
No.
It's really more to let the public know.
It's an inside informative area of information which a lot of people don't know. It's not that private. It's information that people just don't know. And when, particularly on Americans, when they come to London and they spend a lot of their time, a lot of their money viewing our system and viewing what Britain stands for, and therefore it's nice for them to be able to read into what happens before they actually see the Queen go into a car or go off to the Troop of the Colour or something like that. And the history of it, of course. Actually,
the royal family works very hard. As you said in your book, they're always on, and they need a tremendous support staff. I was flabbergasted when I read that there are 300 servants in Buckingham Palace, and there are servants who wait on the servants.
Yes, well, the 300 is made up of a vast contingent of areas, i.e. the secretariat, you've got the muse people, you've got the domestic side, you've got all the people that are connected to keeping the maintenance of the palace in correct order, like the clocks wound up and the swans fed, and you've keeper of this and keeper of that. It's quite extensive.
There are some 600 rooms in
600 rooms
Palace?
in Buckingham Palace, yeah.
Now, not all of them are for the private use of the royal family,
that's right.
are they?
No.
Actually, that's not really their favorite place to live either, is it? It's a pretty cold, kind of gloomy place, according to what you write about, and very formal.
It is, yeah. I mean, right back from when George III bought it, and then George IV occupied it. None of them have ever, in history, have ever really liked living there. It is a place where you have to be at certain times of the year to perform functions. And the Queen likes to escape on weekends, right? That's sort of like her job during the weekend. On Fridays, she goes to Windsor Castle, but her favorite place is Balmoral. Well, that's home to her, isn't it? And it's away from the limelight, and she can let her hair down a bit there and not worry too much about everybody. And the staff are informal there too, so it helps. What's the reaction to people when they say they've read the book? What do they like the most about it? What do they say? Well, I think they like the fact that it's not a scandal book, that it's a book that even a lot of British people don't know. So therefore the sales in Britain were really good when it was first launched in September. And so it's not only British people and American people, it's a worldwide thing. And you know, we're just very pleased with, and the publisher in particular, very, very pleased with the interest. Well, Peter Russell, we want to thank you so much for bringing At Home with the Royal Family to News Center 7, and if people want to have it, they can get it in just about any bookstore. You might have to be on a waiting list, though, right? Well, that could happen in Miami at the moment, yes. Thank you so much. Well, thank you very much for asking me.